Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Adam182R here, and we're doing a brand new type of video. I'm going to go through some of the collectibles that I own. I've done content on NBA 2K, I've done content on NBA Live, I've done content on Raid Shadow Legends, and one thing that all three of those have in common is that there's a collecting aspect. Okay? Ever since I was little, I really enjoyed collecting football, basketball, and baseball cards. As an adult, obviously I have more access to money, so I can have a better opportunity to invest and collect particular players that I enjoy. So today what we're going to do is just an introductory video on cards that I have graded, so my graded card collection. Okay? And here are three examples of cards or types of players that I collect. Mostly Buffalo Bills players or Bills players from the past that are my favorite players. Also, I collect basketball cards. Basketball, I don't necessarily have a particular team that I collect now. Although the Milwaukee Bucks are my favorite, I still collect players. So I do much more investing with basketball cards than I do with football. Football mostly is my personal collection or my PC. So if I say PC throughout this video, you know I'm talking about personal collection. Alright, so let's get started. So there's basically three types of grading companies or three types of graded cards that I have ever interacted with, and that is BGS, which is Beckett Grading Cards, and PSA, which professionals certification, no, that'd be C. Anyway, PSA. And then also there's called BCCG. Now as an adult, I don't collect or purchase BCC cards or BCCG cards anymore, but here is an example of one. So when I was younger, this was an option for me to get graded cards of players I liked at a cheaper price. So even though this says 10 mint or better, that does not mean that it would be a 10 in PSA or a 9.5 or a 10 in BGS. So it's just a better opportunity for people who don't have as much income to collect graded cards or get your cards graded. So we're going to start off with my personal collection of my Alonzo Mournings. We'll start off with the BCCGs, and then we'll work our way through there. So we have a Skybox. We have Upper Deck rookie card. And by the way, the Skybox was also a rookie card. We have Fleer. And then we have an insert from rookie year, the Fleer Ultra All Rookies Alonzo Mourning. I always thought this card was really cool looking. I like the TVs in the background, and then like the picture over and over again. Alright, so the last BCCG cards I have are two rookie cards from when I was younger that I also collected that I was able to afford. So here's a Carmelo Anthony. This is from Upper Deck Victory. I believe Victory was one of the first releases that they had with these guys as rookies. And then lastly, my last BCCG card is LeBron James Upper Deck Victory 10 mint or better. Now I've thought about breaking this card out and sending it into PSA to see what it gets, but if you look closely, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on here, but that one edge right there has got some white, and any card that's black, any sort of edges and stuff like that are really hard to get good grades. But my only LeBron James rookie card I own, and it is a BCCG 10. Alright, so now we're going to move on to our the rest of the Alonzo Mourning collection, and I have some BGS graded ones. Alright, here is an insert from Hoops. This is Magic's All Rookie Team. This is only an 8.5, but I got this pretty cheap. Again, I got this card when I was younger, so I could afford this one much better. And then also when I was younger, I got a Upper Deck Mint 9 rookie card. And when I was younger, I really liked the BGS. This one's an old one, so it's got the 4 subgrades on the back, and so does the Magic All-Rookie team. And then we have a Hoops Draft Redemption Mint 9. There, centering, corners, edges, and surface. So those are the 4 subgrades that BGS does. And then I also have a Mint 9 Hoops rookie card. Kind of nice, and you can see on this one that it's the 4 subgrades are on the front. Notice the silver, that is for 8.5 and 9. And then lastly, I have, this one's been a newer pickup, but I've been getting into more second-year Alonzo Mournings, and I've always been a fan of the Finest set. So here is the Central's Finest Alonzo Mourning Mint 9 from BGS. Alright, now moving on to my PSA collection. So this is the collection that I've really been working on, and I'll leave my most recent card for last. So this is a second-year Alonzo Mourning Rookie Sensations. So like I said, I've been branching out a little bit and been doing collecting of second-year Alonzo Mournings. So this is a second year. I've always liked this card, and I also liked it a lot because it was said rookie on it, or it was like a rookie sensation or rookie all-star team or rookie whatever. And then I have the same card I had before, but this one is a refractor in a Mint 9. So it's the same card as the one I showed you from BGS, but this one's a refractor. And these ones are highly collectible, so I really could only afford a 9, but I would love to have this card in a Gem Mint 10. And then here is the other variation of the Alonzo Mourning Finest card, non-refractor. Guess I'll put the dog here, sorry. And then this one's actually an error card from PSA. So if you look, it says 1992 Upper Deck All Rookies. Now this card actually came from 1993-94. So it's kind of weird that the date's wrong, but this is only Mint 8. I always really liked this card. So there's not very many graded. So I saw this one for pretty cheap and I picked it up, and it just happens to be an error. Alright, and now to the base rookies, or basically the rookie cards. I'll start off with the ones you've seen already. Now these are all Gem Mint 10s, so they can't be graded any higher. There's Skybox. Here's the Hoops. Here is the Upper Deck. Now this one is particularly difficult to grade. If you notice that there's no border, so it's hard to tell when the centering and what to look for. And on the back, there kind of is a border, but over here on this side, you can see that there is no defined border. But I've always really liked this card. And then these next two. So here is the actual rookie card from Ultra. You notice that he is in his Georgetown Hoyas jersey. Gem Mint 10, and then with Fleer Series 2, or excuse me, with Ultra Series 2, we got another rookie with him in his Hornets. Now this one isn't the actual rookie card, so we just have to take that in consideration when collecting. Alright, next up we have the Stadium Club. This card also super hard to get a good grade on, and I believe this one goes for the most expensive out of the Gem Mint 10s, only because of the really dark borders. So it's hard to get a card that doesn't have any chipping or showing any white. And then here is the backside. One thing cool about this is that it shows what the Topps rookie card is. And speaking of the Topps rookie card, here we go. Pretty nice. This one here is just the classic Topps white border. Kind of iconic, I think. There's also a variation where all this bottom part is all gold. I'm looking to get that one as well. Let's fix our white paper here. There we go. And then last but not least of the rookie cards, I have the Fleer Gem Mint 10. And this card, I can remember when I was younger opening up packs of Fleer trying to get this card, but it's nice to have a Gem Mint 10 version. Now the most recent pickup I have is I've been trying to also get all the inserts from his rookie year. And here is a Gem Mint 10 of Skybox draft picks. Beautiful card. Again, super hard to get a nice grade because the picture goes all the way to the edges. And there's the back. Really cool card. So that is basically my whole Alonzo Mourning collection. What I'm going to do now is go through some of my other PSA cards that I own. And yeah. So what we have here, I got this card back in 2004. The Bills are my favorite team. Lee Evans was my favorite player at the time. So here's just a regular topped Gem Mint 10 Lee Evans. Now this card is not worth much. He isn't highly collectible. He isn't sought after, but still a nice card for my personal collection. Now this card here, also not highly sought after, but Dante Green, he went to college in Syracuse, and at this time, 2008, 2009, I used to watch a lot of Syracuse basketball. So this was a nice Gem Mint photo shoot autograph with red ink from the Topps rookie photo shoot, and I really always enjoyed this card. I'm glad to have it in my personal collection. Now this one here is a Topps 1986 Bruce Smith. This is just a near mint 8. Nothing big, but it is his rookie card, and growing up, Bruce Smith was one of my favorite players. And then James Lofton actually played for the Bills, and when I used to play Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES, I used to always throw the James Lofton, so this is just a cool card. I think I got this for only a couple bucks, but I just thought it was a sweet old card. And then here we have a BGS version of the Bruce Smith that I just showed you. 8.5 near mint to mint plus. Yeah, again, getting a high grade of these is difficult. And then this next card is a card that I bought online. Now there's two versions of this card. There's what's called the trade card. So this is the card that you had to send in the redemption for to get, because they didn't have these Shaquille O'Neal rookie cards ready to go when Upper Deck released back in 92, 93. So this is the trade card. Now this is the first Gem Mint 9.5 from BGS, and so all those subgrades there, they basically equal out to a 9.5 Gem Mint, which is technically equivalent to the PSA 10. And then this next card is a card that I always swore that if I ever opened it up, I would send it in to get graded. Now, I had finally opened this up within the past year or so here. I got some old Upper Deck jumbo packs, and I ended up pulling a #1 NBA draft pick Shaquille O'Neal short print. Now, I knew that when I sent it in that it wasn't going to get a great grade, but I still wanted to get it graded, and it came back an 8.5, and I'm totally okay with that. Kind of an iconic card. Probably his most collected rookie card. Now, PSA 10 versions of these go for quite a chunk, but I've always really enjoyed this card. All right, now on to some of my investment cards from BGS and one from PSA. Okay, so Luka has become kind of a personal collection for myself, although his card prices are so high that really I got these. I actually opened this card and I sent it in myself, and it came back at Gem Mint 9.5, so kind of a cool starter. And then from there, last year during his rookie, I said, wow, this kid's really good, so I started getting some of the variations. Now here's a red, white, and blue 9.5. Now this is a true gem, because if you look at all the subgrades, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and 9.5. So I think this is a beautiful card. I really liked this this look, like the barbershop red, white, and blue. And then my last Luka is a pink ice. Now I believe these were exclusive to Target. I had opened up a bunch of Target mega boxes trying to get this card, and I never was able to get it. But I got a smoking deal on this card, smoking deal. So here's my 9.5, if you notice, it's true gem as well, of my Luka. And now this next card I got back when, probably in 2017 or so, when I got back into NBA basketball. But this card is a huge card. Now with all this coronavirus stuff, it's kind of hard to tell or see how huge it is, but this is a Giannis Gem Mint rookie card from Prism. Now this isn't the Prism, back then it was just called Prism, but the Prism Silver. They're much more rare. So this card actually is probably equivalent to the number of, like, let's say the Luka or Zion Silvers that are around now. But I got this card for about $65, and it is worth much more than that now. So I've also contemplated on sending this into PSA to see if it come back a PSA 10. And then my next personal collection, and I don't have a lot of these because all my other ones from the Rainbow are sent out and going to be graded by PSA. With that being said, everything at PSA and BGS is on hold right now, so we're going to kind of have to wait a bit. But I'm collecting the Josh Allen Prism Rainbow. So here's the blue scope. This is a 9.5 Gem Mint. And something about this card is that you'll notice there's no subgrades. And there's also no subgrades on the back. So with that being said, this is just someone had this graded without any subgrades. So again, I've contemplated on snapping this out and sending it to PSA to match the rest of the collection. And we have two cards left. We have the Josh Allen Prism Orange. This is the die cut version, 9.5. And same thing with this one. There's no subgrades. And this one's out of 249. The blue one was out of 99. And then last but not least, one of my favorite cards I have is the Josh Allen Gem Mint 10 Camo. Okay, there's only 25 of these that exist. You can see this is 19 to 25. There's only 25 of these exist, and I have a Gem Mint version. Now I actually have another from this, but if you look closely on this one, my dog got into my collection, and she chewed up my Josh Allen Camo, and you can see across the top here that there's chew marks. So that's pretty tough. So when I got the replacement one, which is this one, I decided to go for just the graded version. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you enjoy this kind of content, I'm going to plan on doing more. And sorry about my ghetto setup for now, but this is what I'm working with. And let me know down below in the comments what you think. Do you collect? Who do you collect? Do you just invest? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Peace.